How did I literally just had one single nickel.
I don't have 2 nickels to rub together.
No, I don't. I got 2. I got 2 nickels.
I got 2
together.
nickels. I got 2 nickels between them.
I
saw them, officer. It was the 2 nickels down there. They did it. It was them.
Johnny, 2 nickels?
I'm Johnny 1 nickel. Hey, 1 nickel. Pass me by. I didn't do it.
I swear. I don't have
Johnny
2 nickels to rub together. I'm Johnny 1 nickel.
Johnny 1 nickel. I'm rubbing this nickel. Rubbing this nickel against my thumb.
Look at it. Look at my.
Are we live, Brad? Hey, stop it.
Look at my thumb nickel.
Are we live?
Wow.
Yeah, Brad. In the game?
No. Not yet. Why'd you want to talk about Shakes the Clown right now?
No. Well, I'm fucking no. It was. I don't know where we were at. There was this fucking like I don't know. It was fucking. You know what I was thinking about? Like recently, like and I wrote an entire conversation of into it, but I don't know if it works. But it was just a conversation I thought was really interesting. It was like I never really thought about like how like Adam and Eve had fucking 3 sons. Those were the children that Adam and Eve had. They had 3 sons. One of those 3 sons was evil and murdered his brother. So that means that at least in that mythos, 50% of life on Earth created by evil fucking his mom, and all of life created by fucking your mom.
So Shakes the Clown is an interesting movie. Bobcat Goldcat, whatever his last name is. Wow, what a movie, huh?
Goldthwait.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Goldthwait.
Who I think he's a genuinely. After seeing this movie, I genuinely think he's retarded. Not retarded, but he's just dumb. He's just not a smart person. But
an incredible opening of a movie. Beginning of the movie was good. The part where it's a kid pissed his because he's passed out drunk and
yeah, he just
good.
has the most disgusting puke and has a not tearful, I guess, but he has like an emotional kind of goodbye with like just this like mom that's like really pathetic, I guess.
Yeah, and as he's leaving, he's like shakes the clown. He fucking like puts the cigarette in his mouth and it's an exploding cigar and it just like
that was really good.
That was
really good.
That was genuinely funny. We also got what year did this movie come out? Because we got a very
1992. 1992 or 1993.
So this was like Adam Sandler's second year on fucking SNL.
I think that's how Bobcat probably got him, to be honest, and then didn't fucking use
exactly, yeah, because Adam Sandler
did not use him.
No, he tried. There was that one scene with the mimes, and it was like, learn how to speak, and he did it in the Adam Sandler voice, and I was like, oh, that was a cool moment where I was like, whoa, that's his voice. That's the voice he's gonna do pretty soon in fucking everything. Whoa, that's how you know it's a joke. Whoa.
The subject of great jokes the scene where they pull over and beat the shit out of the mimes. I thought that was the fact that they immediately start talking. Like the only lines they delivered, the only funny line they said was, "You just hate us because we're artists," which is fine. It's a funny enough line, but it's not as funny as a bunch of mimes just not talking. And then they have to he's like, "Talk, pussy, talk."
That bothered me too. They immediately.
It's a waste of a mime. It's a waste of mimes as a funny character.
I like.
All the mimes felt kind of wasted. Yeah. Honestly, like even Robin Williams' mime character was kind of just a waste.
Robin Williams got to do something. Like he just got to do something, and like he just acted it enough that it was really. But like it just he didn't. There wasn't enough Robin Williams. You pitched this movie on Robin Williams. Miss Brand. There was not enough Robin Williams.
I also pissed it on there being midgets in there too. He's only in there for like maybe a whole 5 minutes.
There's even less midgets than Robin Williams.
I was so surprised that there were no midgets at the rodeo. I can't believe we did to go to the rodeo bar with the rodeo clowns. I wanted to go in there so bad.
We didn't go to the rodeo. They didn't even have lines. The whole scene where they confront the rodeo clown all just, like they get pushed over, and then like the one lays down. It's kind of like it's just like a classic joke. It's I don't know, like this movie, like it definitely made me like legitimately laugh out loud on occasions. There was this exploding car. There was a couple I'm forgetting. There was the fucking got pulled up by cops because he had to stop for some passing the street. That was fucking funny. That was fucking funny.
The
and then there was
better hope those waterfowl aren't hurt, or you're in big trouble, mister.
Yeah, no. And then there's his girlfriend fucking is like just screaming like fuck off or whatever. And then a milk tries to like come out and like offer like, hey, you want half and half? You want some cream? She's like, fuck off, milkman. Whatever she said, that was a good line. Shit. She didn't say fuck off because like her entire character was not swearing and being very cartoony. That was another.
Yeah, she also pronounced everything like Bugs Bunny.
Well, you don't.
Or not, like Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, retarded whisk.
My favorite joke with that, I'm just going to list all favorite things. What was it? What was that?
She had a wisp. She talked like this. It was all
she talked like Elmer Fudd.
She was talking like one of those ghouls from town or whatever. Like
with brain damage.
Those ladies. But the funny her and her character to me. I'm just gonna list off all the like really funny things I thought about this movie because the rest of it kind of disappointed me. But the other really funny thing that I thought was fucking brilliant was like when she like sitting alone in her apartment and she like opens the back and just like puts a cigarette in her mouth and chomps it because it's a candy cigarette. Brilliance, absolute brilliance. Brilliance. I loved it. Brilliance.
Yeah, her whole character is
and everything else after that was disappointment.
She's got childlike
everything
wonder.
Except for those couple of lines I just mentioned and the thing with the candy cigarette. And try to remind me of something else that was good. But outside of that, I was really disappointed with this.
There was I like how they insist that clowns are superheroes in this movie. They don't show like the cool stuff on camera, like when he apparently blows the breathalyzer into a balloon animal, but it does show him like jumping on top of roofs to pick her flowers and stuff, or like
that's true.
I know, but do superhuman things occasionally.
I like that there are full clown bars and there are like women who just like try to hit.
I love
clowns.
That's the one.
Yeah,
I got that peanut butter pussy. It's rich and creamy.
Not enough for me though. Like I feel like the clown would have been like the fucking puppets in fucking what was the name of that movie? The crime puppet.
What?
Crime puppet movie.
What was the really shitty? The puppet came all over himself, and then there was the good one. Do you remember what I'm talking?
Team America World Police.
No, well, he came all over a girl in the office, and it was Jim, the guy who fucking invented the movie where the kids were banging, and then there was a guy who happened to make a a good puppet movie in the same fucking year with the same premise. That was the one I was talking about, where like the puppets in that world are just like fucking minorities. They just like there's a whole world. Whereas in this, the clowns are wherever the clowns need to be. If every male in the world was a clown, that would work. Or if like only certain kinds weren't clown, it didn't work for me. It's just, like there were certain parts of like the idea of it, but I don't think it was fleshed out.
If you in that, like, I think they could have done it pretty easy too, because like Shakes is the only one who you see that isn't like. When he takes the makeup off, everyone else is always like full on, except for Binky the clown. He's the only other one you see who takes like any makeup off. So like if they just never did that.
I liked Binky. Binky was a good character.
Binky was pretty sick. I liked Binky. Yeah, just doing blow would be just a total dickhead.
He made a good Joker.
He was such a Joker.
Would have made a better Joker than Jared Leto.
Yeah,
that's a good line. That was a good line that I think that you kind of missed over is when he's about to buy Coke from the rodeo clowns. And he's like, you know what? Fame's not going to change me, guys. You know why? Because I've always been an asshole! I've always been an asshole! You all hate me!
That didn't make me laugh, though, because, like, literally I liked that character moment. I didn't like it as a joke. I liked the character moment because, like, any other character would say because you were always an asshole. So the fact that he got in front of that was a nice character moment, but it didn't make me laugh. Like, because I was already thinking... You were already an asshole, you know. It was a line that any could have said.
Just a good line. It was a good, like, yeah. It was just like hard. And then like what? Like the other
good character reversal, good way to like give confidence to the character, but that's fine. It was
I guess like the
good.
Goldthwait
seems to be occasionally really good, but mostly pretty shit.
Bobcat sucks. And Bobcat's the worst when he has to be around the kids and he has to do a "Hey kids" voice. You're like, that's your voice and it sounds bad.
The main thing, well, he's doing the Bobcat. That was the funny thing. That was the total Bobcat Goldthwait voice. Was the clown
he dips into it occasionally. He's like,
"Hey kids."
Yeah,
it's like,
but you can tell like this movie. I don't know. Even though this movie kind of like flops a little bit by the end, there's enough talented people in it that I think it works pretty well for me at least. I actually kind of enjoyed it.
I think that should be by this point, but like if a movie doesn't end well, it really fucking throws me off. And the entire act of this movie was useless.
You know,
that's fair.
This
movie was cozy. Like I enjoyed just watching. It felt very comfy, cozy, I guess, and I was able to just.
There were little moments, dude. When the first fucking scene of this movie with the pissing on the face, I was like, I'm about to watch a great film. And kept going. Because that is such a good beginning. That is such a good beginning. Good job.
I did get really excited. I honestly think. See, the thing is, though, I saw the opening, and after that, I already made up my mind. And the rest of the movie happened, and I'm bad enough to where I'm gonna revoke that. It was still a opening.
It was just a disappointment for me. Was the thing because I had high hopes for it after that point.
What a perfect movie to talk about.
I don't think it totally fails.
With so many things wrong with it.
Alcoholism. Like, what's one funny joke from the whole alcoholism arc? Like, is there a single funny joke in that entire arc?
Like,
no, the alcoholism wasn't used properly. I feel like
no, it wasn't. It was too serious or too not funny.
Yeah,
like, it was one or the other. Like,
it should have been like his Popeye spinach. It should have been like his thing. Like, he should have got, like, the flask before he performed. That's what made him so good with kids. And then, like, at the end, they're like, well, you don't have to drink all the time, Shakes, just when it counts or something. That would have been a great way to do it. But
and that's like, it's like how a lot of, like, fantasy shit doesn't stand up well because the magic wasn't properly explained. If the magic of the booze and the clowns was better explained, this would have been a better world. It would have been a better movie.
Yeah, the magic and the universe just being explored a little bit more, because like I did like the clown like mimes, rodeo clowns, like all that whole universe where they're all kind of just like fighting with each other and then getting along.
Yeah, no, there should have been like some turf war kind of shit to a certain
there should have been a lot more of that.
A whole kingdom like ventriloquists, magicians. I guess like that's the thing with the
ventriloquists,
mimes.
Yeah. Well, the clowns too in this one are like they're all magicians too, and like the clown is everything is kind of a clown already. It's just
honestly, like I like that the movie started out in medias res, but like if you went even if you just went back like in some fucking like flashbacks of Shakes and how he became Shakes or like why he wanted to be a clown, and there's a lot of shit to mine there about like the clown perception because we only see clowns as they're clowning. Like, we don't see, like, why the bitches are all about the clowns.
I don't think any of the bitches are about. I think that was I think that was the joke with Adam Sandler and the other guy was bitches actually aren't about clowns.
The joke about Adam Sandler.
Yeah, there was a
clown bar, and there were girls in the clown bar.
And one of them was dating Shakes and also working there. Like, she wasn't there by choice. She was a waitress.
I never saw that much. I don't think there was that much sex appeal for the clowns. Honestly, like there was a little bit, but like it wasn't.
That's what I was saying.
They had superpowers, though. Like I feel like there should have been.
But she talks like this,
and the reason I think that there's something like that is because they have there's the conversation between the girl who loves Shakes and the other waitress girl, and she says something like, "Oh, I can't get involved with a bad clown." She's like, "Oh, I've been there," or whatever. It's just like it makes you feel like clown is just like fucking like doctors or like fucking investment bank.
They use it like a slur,
just like a times.
A bad dog.
The clowns just crush it in this world.
Maybe.
Or they're just nuts. I think maybe just clowns.
But they have superpowers too, which is the annoying part. And there's
here's the thing, especially with the waitress, the waitress with a lisp. The whole thing with her, she's dumb and she's childish, and that's why she likes Shakes. Is because he's a clown and kids like clowns. I think the rest of them hate clowns because throughout the whole movie they talk about how much they fucking hate clowns. At the beginning at the gas station, the guy's like, "This used to be a good place before all the clowns showed up," or like all the cops are like, "We gotta freak more clowns." They fucking talk down to clowns.
I mean, constantly. And why not hate clowns? Honestly, if the clown, I don't know, they didn't establish. That's another thing they could have done more if they were trying to do this, was establish that the clowns are like causing chaos or like being assholes, or if there's any reason for them to hate the clowns. But like after that scene where he like is going through his withdrawals and he goes up in the cabinet and seeing like half the bottle of their booze, and then just like
the fridgy.
And then they just through their house. I'd be like, I want clowns ever, house ever again. I wouldn't be about it. So maybe that happened.
When Bobcat Goldthwait decided to make this movie, like he was thinking, like, what do you think his opinion on clowns was at that point? Like, why do you think he wanted to make?
I think he's pro-Clussy. He's pro-Clussy.
He's pro-Clussy.
He just wanted to get that dude. Other great line in this movie, because there are a couple here and there, but like other great line this movie was when the fucking rodeo clowns come into the fucking bar and they're just like coming at one of the younger clowns or the fucking normal clowns, and he's just like, "I'll fuck you up," or whatever, and the guy's like, "You're in the barrel. You're in the barrel. You're okay."
Yeah. It was look at me. Don't look at him. Oh, he looked at me. Hey, he's like, "Oh no." Yeah, that's great.
Was that guy Ron Jeremy? That guy looked a lot like Ron Jeremy. The crazy rodeo clown, the bigger guy, he looked like Ron Jeremy.
I think he was those guys were good. Those guys seemed like a pair, honestly.
Yeah, no, that and like the whole like thing with the cops and like the one's always concerned about the other one's well-being. There wasn't a punchline arc, but I thought that was funny because it was good. Like
the punchline was
like dueling pairs.
Yeah. I think the punchline with the cops was,
I like that angry guy.
He was a know-it-all.